Hey guys, this is Yugitopia, and in this video I'm going to be going over my most current deck profile, for Infernities of course. Uh, it's switched from my last profile to an Xyz build, and you guys will see it. So let's start with the monsters. Pretty standard as far as Xyz lineup goes. I've got 3 Archfiends, 3 Necromancers, 2 Summoner Monks, 2 Armageddon Knights, and 2 Street Patrols. I'll get into specific card choice after I'm all finished, but now for the traps. I'm running Barrier and Break in a 3-to-2 ratio here, as opposed to the 2-to-3 ratio that I used to run the Synchro build, and of course I'll get into that eventually. 2 Mirror Force, Bottomless, Compulse, Call the Haunted, Torrential Tribute, and Solemn Warning. Basically all staples, and the spells are where it gets all funky here. If you agree or disagree with my tech choice, you can comment in the comments below. But here it goes. We've got 1 launcher, 3 upstarts, again a tech choice, 3 MST. This is kind of different from usual builds. 2 Puppet Magic Dark Rulers, of course I'll explain later. 2 Instant Fusion, Foolish Burial, Rhoda, Monster Gate, Pot of Duality, and Book of Moon. Now, like I said earlier, this is a standard Xyz build as far as monsters and Xyz monsters go. The extra deck is, it really doesn't matter because, like I said, it's standard. An extra deck is all preference as far as ratios. So yeah, let's get into the monsters. If you want to see the standard cards like Archfiend, then you can go to another video and watch that, because if you want to run Infernities, you know that you want 3 Archfiends, you know that you want 3 Necromancers, and I'm here to talk about all the other ones besides those. So 2 Stygian Street Patrols. This is specific to an Xyz build because you're running 2 Street Patrols as opposed to 1. And that's because the Xyz build is more consistent and can set up the grave faster, allowing for more versatile playstyle. And yeah, they just get used more, and it doesn't clog up the hand. I know you draw, of course you draw 6, and it's a possibility to draw 2, but you can sometimes, or most of the time, play out of 2. The next choice that isn't standard is 2 Armageddon Knights. I got 2 Armageddon Knights instead of Armageddon Knight and Dark Griffer because Armageddon Knight is, you can top deck it and you can still get some kind of play out of it. It sets up the graveyard for later use, and you don't need a monster in your hand in order to activate it. And it also works well with these guys, Summoner Monks. These guys are great because you've got a bunch of spells, and you can bring out Archfiend, you can bring out Armageddon Knight, and it allows for the synchro plays. This is what makes it more consistent and versatile. You guys, you have your own rank 4 Xyz in the extra deck, but mainly it's used to bring out one of these 2, Lavolval Chain or Diamond Dire Wolf. And it's just an instant plus most of the time it goes off. It's a real combo-oriented card. 3 Necromancers, of course, it's super standard. I'm not even going to begin to get into why this card's good in the deck. And of course, 3 Archfiend, same situation as Necromancers. So yeah, those are the monsters, the analysis anyway. And I'm going to do the spells last because those are the most interesting. But the only thing I wanted to talk about, and it isn't not standard. It's actually really standard, especially in the Xyz build, and a lot of the times in the Synchro build, that you run a 3-to-2 ratio of Barrier to Break, and this is because Barrier, especially in the current meta, is the speed of it is 3, of course, because it's a counter trap, so it can deal with more problem cards faster. And Break is a chainable trap, and most of the time, when people start to get into Infernities, you see them run 3 and 3 because they can't make up their choice, or 3 of one, 0 of the other. Of course, it's a major mistake doing that, and just 5 of the Infernity traps it allows you to bring it from the deck and not clog the deck at the same time, which is the most optimal amount of Infernity traps in the deck. So a couple of things that are different in the spell lineup. It's a monster gate. This got pretty popular back when Infernity's topped the YCS, I forget when, but again, it adds versatility, and also the double Armonite is, as a tech card, allows this to have more uses. But overall, this is a really good card. Sets up the graveyard and all that good stuff. Instant fusions in the Xyz build, and some people even like to run these in the synchro build, although it's not recommended. But I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory. In the extra deck, I have these two here, level 4 and a level 3, for Xyz plays, and it could also be discarded if you draw two of them. One of them can be discarded with Summoner Monk, which you can set up for later play, or you can set it. It's not a quick play, so it's an overall really good card. Upstart Goblins, these, it essentially brings the deck to 37 cards, which means that if you're running a one of, it's I forget the percentage of it, but it makes it so that essentially you're running a 37 card deck as opposed to a 40, which, as long as everybody takes statistics that I know of, knows that you would rather try to draw into a card out of a 37 card deck rather than a 40 card deck. Although the difference is maybe 1 or 2%, that 1 or 2% is 1 or 2 out of 100 duels that you can potentially win or draw into that out. And the 1,000 increase in the opponent's life points, although adds a different kind of dynamic to the game. Starting with 37 cards in your hand, and your opponent starting with 10,000, or sorry, 11,000. I mean, it really makes a difference in the long run. Anyway, so the next tech card is the one I wanted to get to. This is my own choice. I discovered this card on my own. I even posted it to Pojo. They said it was a good card, but Transmodify was better. The reason I don't run Transmodify, not only because it's a $30 card and it's probably going to drop down in price eventually, but because I'm not running Trans Archfiend or the Palalabyrinth, the field spell. And this allows me to not have to spend all that money on those cards, and it does essentially the same thing. For those of you who don't know, you target a Fiend-type monster in the grave, remove from play a monster on your side of the field with, monsters on your side of the field whose levels equal exactly the level of the Fiend-type monster that you chose. So essentially, you want to target your Archfiend and banish something like the Summoner Monk, Armageddon Knight, or Stygian on the field. And bring out that Archfiend, it gets its effect, go off from there. So it's basically a cheaper version of Transmodify, or Transturn, or whatever it's called now. I'm going to be putting up a video. There are a couple of videos. I got bored one day and I wrote a 3-page or 4-page thing on basically how to run Infernities. And I wanted to go over that in videos with specific examples. Maybe a 4 or 5-part video. Each video, I don't know how long it's going to take, but look forward to those coming out. Don't know exactly when. I know I take a while between videos, but anyway, this is the deck that I'm going to be using in those videos, so it would be smart to watch this first, and so that you know what I'm talking about later in the videos. So yeah, this is Yugitopia signing out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I do apologize for the lack of videos recently and the gap between which I post videos, but anyway, yeah, see you guys.